is a really tough one. And
Yeah.
it's an issue that many, if not all of us, face. And if I had it figured out, I could charge a dime for the solution and would wind up being independently wealthy, because that's just how commonplace I think this dilemma is in the workplace. And my leader often says, we are CFOs, not CFNOs. And what's meant by that
Right.
is we really have to remain balanced in our approach. While affordability and financial sustainability are both critically important, we can't neglect the fact that innovation and striving for excellence and being best in class are what sets us apart. And I can't say that I've always been balanced in my approach, right? My natural inclination, just due to my background, I think is to go straight to the numbers. So it takes experience, but also professional maturity to train your mind to do something different. Because there are times when we have to say yes, when the current strategy is an enabler for something more profound with the potential of having a far larger or more positive impact or reach on the organization long term. So I think it's important to evaluate both the short term and the long term impacts of the decision, and recognize that as finance professionals, we aren't always making the decision. However, the work that we do helps to inform the decision. And the
Mhm.
role that we play in providing a compelling argument is to present the facts. And while I know it may sound simple minded, I still often find myself going back to the old approach of drawing a line down the middle of the
Mhm.
page and evaluating the pros and cons of different
It works.
scenarios, to determine, the risk of each decision against the risk tolerance of the organization. And we often sit in a room, and we'll discuss the scenarios and allow the stakeholder group to weigh in on each action. And I think the really important part to remember, though, in all of it is that we have to present the facts. And so, because those are the facts that help our colleagues arrive at an informed decision. But I don't think that I have it all figured out. But there are tools that I use to sort of help me get there. And then I think the other piece is accountability. So being well connected with your executive team in a way that if you have blind spots, they can provide the constructive criticism to you and you not be offended by the criticism or defensive by it, and in a way that really helps you to have sort of a more collaborative approach and a comprehensive look at what's going on. But yeah, it's something that I think as CFOs we grapple with a lot. And I have found that scenario planning and talking it out with colleagues is really a good way to sort of help, introduce more balance into the decision making process.